I'm going to continue playing my Angmar Awakened campaign using only cards that were repackaged to show new players that even with a limited card pool, you can still beat this campaign. I'm playing Part 3, Deadman's Dike. Attach Irion's pendant to Irion. Protect the innocent side quest to the staging area and place damage on it equal to the amount of damage noted in the campaign log. We have no damage. I got Arion and his pendant. That gives him +1 willpower, and you can put it in the victory display to cancel a win revealed or shadow effect. Playing the same heroes. The only change I'm putting in the decks is I'm adding 2 Will of the West to the Sylvan deck, because you will lose this game. You're limited from the game if your deck gets empty. And we've got Elrond with the Cunning Boon attachment, where he'll get 2 extra resources to set the game up, and a one-time game effect of +2 willpower, attack, and defense till the end of the phase. Galadriel and Celeborn. Starting threat is 33. For the Haldir deck, it's got Baragon, Arwen, and Haldir with his Ruthless attachment boon, where he gets +1 attack, and then in action you can move the damage that's on Haldir to another enemy engaged with you, limit once per game. And on this deck, I'm adding 1 Will of the West, 3 Hidden Cache, and 3 Heirloom and Miner. Our starting threat is 28. Draw our opening hands. Olorian, Vain Voices, Will of the West, Test a Will, Sylvan Tracker, and a Greenwood Archer. I'm going to keep this hand. Over the Haldir deck. Quick Strike, Miner of the Iron Hills, Spanked, Test a Will, Gandalf, and a Forest Snare. I'm going to take a mulligan. want weapons. Or readying. Hasty Stroke, Dwarven Tomb, Duran's Ruins, Foe Hammer, Ranger Spikes, and a Miner of the Iron Hills. We got the Protect the Innocent. Side quest still with us. We have 0 damage. Put Iurion into play. Set Thurindir aside out of play. Add 1 copy of Fornos Square to the staging area. Shuffle the encounter deck. So you got the Fornos Square, the staging area. You got Thurindir and 3 burden cards set out side out of play. And now the Shades of Angmar, 11 quest points. When revealed, each player must search the encounter deck for a Faithful Shade and put it into play engage with him. Shuffle the encounter deck and reveal 1 encounter card per player. And at the end of the refresh phase, each player discards the top card of his deck. And if a player has no cards in his deck, he is eliminated from the game. Cursed Dead. When revealed, each player put each copy of Cursed Dead into play in the staging area from the discard pile. We have no discard pile. Baleful Shade. Okay. Pain Voices. I'm going to put Olorian down. Now I can exhaust that, and Sylvan allies cost 1 less to a minimum of 0. I mean, to a minimum of 1. I'm going to exhaust Galadriel, lower my threat by 1, draw a card, tree people. And I'm going to put a Greenwood Archer into play. Go over to the Haldir deck, Duran's Ruins, play a Duran's Ruins. We get to draw 2 cards and then discard a card. And discard a Foe Hammer. Play a Duran's Ruins again. Draw 2 cards. And get rid of a Hasty Stroke. Now we're going to go into the questing phase. There is 2, 3, 4 in the staging area. Now we're going to quest for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Fornos Square and a Unnatural Fog. Dune 2. When revealed, each player must either discard 1 card from the top of his deck for each questing character he controls, or remove each character he controls from the quest. So we have to discard 1, 2, 3. Host of the Galadriel, Tree People, and a Nace Guide. So we put a resource here because we discarded cards. Now we have to discard 1, an Elven Light. Well, that worked out. So we added 1, 2, 3. So we're up to 7. We got successfully by 4. We're going to travel to a Fornos Square. Now we're going to gauge a Cursed Dead. And a Baffle Shade. Deal out shadow cards. We're going to block the Cursed Dead with Elrond. Attacking gets +1, +2. There's a copy of defending character in its discard pile. We have no Elrond in our discard pile. So we take no damage. It's attacking for 2. I'm going to take an I'm going to play Feigned Voices and return this back to my hand. Make it so that it can't attack. I'm going to block with Baragond. No shadow, no damage. Then I'm going to play a Feint and make it so the other enemy cannot attack. But I have to discard this, and it's not an ally. Now, with Haldir is attacking for 4. I'm going to attack and destroy the Cursed Dead. And at the end of the round, we have to discard a card. Vilya. And an Heirloom Miner. And after Heirloom Miner is discarded from the top of your deck, put it into play under your control. Now we put out a resource onto each of the 4-0 squares. The first player discarded a card. Draw a card, Dwarven Tomb. We're going to spend 1 and pull an Elven Light from our discard pile. Draw a card. Long Defeat. Discard Elven Light to give Arwen a resource. We're going to put a Ranger Spikes into the staging area. Go over to the Sylvan deck. Limbus. Exhaust. Galadriel, lower our threat by 1 and draw a card. Fender of the Nace. We're going to put Haldir, the Greenwood Archer, into play. And exhaust Olorian to make it cost 1. And we're going to put a Limbus onto Baragond. Go to the questing phase. There is 3 in the staging area. And we're going to quest for 3. 6. 9. 10. Broken battlements, and a tear in the north. When revealed, each player discards the top 3 cards of his deck. Until the end of the round, add 2 threat to the staging area for each differently discarded card. You've got an attachment, a event, an attachment, and when hidden cash is discarded from the top of your deck, put 2 resources onto a hero you control. I'm going to put 2 onto Varagon. And we've got Nenya, Host of the Galadriel, and a Greenwood Archer. So it's a total of 6. So we have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So requested unsuccessfully by 2. No enemies were added. We're going to block with Varagon. We have to discard the top. It's an ally, and that comes into play. I'm attacking for +1 because we don't have a copy in our discard pile. So we take 1 damage. That puts 1 damage on to protect the innocent. Now we're going to block 1 with our miner and discard. It's an ally, it's another miner. So it gets +2, so attacking for 4. Destroys a miner. And we put another damage on protect the innocent. Now here we're going to block with Elrond. And it's an ally, so we take 1 damage. So we put another damage on protect the innocent. Now attacking back. 4, 5, 6, we can destroy this. And 1, 2, 3, we can deal 2 damage to the shade. Now we go to the end of the round. We each have to discard a card. Honor Guard. And Ladder and Minstrel. Angmar's River Song. Gonna exhaust Galadriel. Lower his threat by 1 and draw a card. Vilya. We're gonna put Vilya onto Elrond. He gets the Spirit resource icon. And now I can exhaust him and put the top card of my deck into play. Steward of Gondor. I'm going to put it onto Elrond. Exhaust it and get 2 resources. Then I'm going to play Tree People. Return a Sylvan ally you control to your hand and search the top 5 cards of your deck for a Sylvan ally and put it into play. We're returning the Greenwood Archer. Galadriel Handmaiden, Faramir. Well, we have the Handmaiden. Now we're going to reduce our threat by 1. Now we're both at 35 threat. Now we're going to spend 1 and exhaust Olorian to put in the Greenwood Archer and ready up Elrond. I'm going to put a Sylvan Tracker into play. Now we're going to put a Angmar's River Song into play. And all these allies here have the plus buffer from stats from Celeborn. Now we're going to go over to the Haldir deck. Self-preservation. We're going to put a Defender of Ramus into play. And there's 5, 6, 7 in the staging area. And we also have this, ×3. After the last time counter is removed from broken battlements, each player discards the top 5 cards of his deck and places 1 time counter here. Now we're going to go into the questing phase. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we're going to quest for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And we're going to go towards protect the innocent. Unnatural fog. Each player must either discard one card from the top of his deck for each questing character he controls, or remove each character from the quest. It's doomed to. We have one questing character over here. Test of Will. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we have to put another one up here. And Tear in the North. We're going to play a Test of Will and cancel that effect. So we added 1 to the staging area. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That clears this and clears off the damage on Protect the Innocent. Now we're going to travel to the broken battlements. We each have to discard top card of our deck. Galdor of the Havens and a Nace Guide. We're going to use Haldir's ability to snipe this Baleful Shade. And then we're going to block this Baragon. And we have to discard top card. It's not an ally, so it's only 2 attack. Discard the defending character. There's a copy in the discard pile. We don't have any Baragons in our discard pile. And now we're going to attack for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and destroy them. And now we're going to exhaust Henemar's River Song to look at the top card of the deck. It's a Deadman's Gate. And then we have to discard the top card of our deck. Elrond's Consul and Test of Will. And then this goes off. So we have to each discard 5 cards. Quick Strike, Unexpected Courage, Hidden Cash. That's discarded. I can add 2 to a resource to a hero. I'm going to put 2 on Haldir, Elrond's Consul, and a Foe Hammer. Sylvan Tracker, Daughter of Nimrindel, Olorian, Sneak Attack, and a Sneak Attack. Defender of Ramus, going to put a Defender of Ramus. We're going to put a Self-Preservation on the Baragon and put another defender, Aramis, into play. Spend one resource to bring back a Elven Light. Draw a card. Discard it to give Arwen a resource. I'm going to spend one to play Dwarven Tomb. Get a Test of Will back. Now we're going to go over to the Sylvan deck. Gandalf. We're going to use Elrond's ability. Put the top card of the deck into play. Galadriel's Handmaiden. Reduce my threat by 1. Defender of the Nace into play. Exhaust the Elorian to make it cost 1 less. All right. My quest. 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12. 13. 14, 15, 16. And there is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Deadman's Gate. And the Power of Angmar. Cards in each player's discard pile can't leave that player's discard pile by player card effects. When this stage is defeated, each player shuffles the top 5 cards of his discard pile into his deck. That readies up Aerion, and we get another willpower. And then it surges Ruthless of Evil. Each undead enemy gets +1 willpower, attack, and defense until the end of the round. If there are no enemies, it gains Surge. Haunted Keep. While Haunted Keep is the active location, the first undead enemy revealed each round gains Surge. So that adds 7. So we quest successfully by 1. Now look and see what the top card is. A Cursed Dead. And we have 1, 2, 3. We go to the end of the round. each have to discard the top card of our deck. Foe Hammer and a Mirkwood Runner. Gandalf. We're going to play a Gandalf. And reduce our threat by 5. Now we're going to exhaust Galadriel. Now reduce our threat by 1 and draw a card. Greenwood Archer. We're going to exhaust Elrond and put the top card of our deck into play. Test a Will. We can't play it, so it goes to the bottom. Now we're going to play Greenwood Archer. It costs 1 because of Elorian. Now we're going to ready up Elrond. Over to the Haldir deck. Dagger. Put a dagger onto Haldir. It's plus 1 attack and plus 2 attack if it's attacking an enemy with higher engagement cost. Spend 1 and we're going to put a long defeat onto the Power of Angmar. Now we're going to quest. There is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 15, 16, 17 in the staging area. I'm going to quest for 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Curse Dead. We're going to play a Test of Will. Cancel that effect. And he gets trapped. Haunted Keep. So we added 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That clears the broken battlements and puts 1 onto the power of Angmar. And we're going to travel to the Fornos Square. Now, at the end of the round, we just each discard a card, test a will. I will of the West, and Elrond's Consul. Gandalf goes away. Bow of the Galadriel. We're going to put that onto Haldir. Now he gets +1 attack and +2 attack if he's attacking an enemy not engaged. So I can either be engaged with another player or the staging area. Now we're going to play a Gandalf. And lower our threat by 5. Go over to the Sylvan deck. Sneak attack. Now we're going to quest. There's 10 in the staging area. And we're going to quest for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. This is heal up. And we're going towards the power of Angmar. Deadman's Gate. And a broken battlements. That added 6. Bring us up to 16. So we quest successfully by 9. That puts 5 here. Or 4 here. And 5 here. And then we're going to travel to the broken battlements. Each player has to discard a card, long defeat, and a Mirkwood runner. And it's got ×3. At the end of the round, we remove a time counter. And we each discard a card. Galadriel's Handmaiden. Put in a Galadriel's Handmaiden for 1. And lower our threat by 1. Over to the Haldir deck. 4 Snare. Handoff goes away. Now we're going to go to the questing phase. There's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. In the staging area, we're going to play a sneak attack Gandalf. And lower our threat by 5. So we're going to quest for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. We're going to draw a card and have this draw a card and reduce the threat by 1. This Galadriel's ability. So 28 to 14. Now we're going to go towards the power of Angmar. Thorindir is deigned. Belful Shade. So that added 5. So 19. So we quest successful by 9. That clears this with 6 and puts 3 here, clearing the power of Angmar. So when this leaves, each player shuffles the top 5 cards of his discard pile back into his deck. And then we have the long defeat. Either heal it to 5 damage or draw 2 cards. We're going to draw 2 cards and draw 2 cards. We're going to travel to the Deadman's Dike. Whenever we play triggers an action or response effect, he must discard the top card of his deck. We can attack for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this deck is going to optionally engage. This comes back to my hand. Optionally engage the Belful Shade, and then this one comes down to it on its own. And when it engages me, discard the top 2 cards of your deck and assign X damage where X is the printed cost of the discarded cards. A 1 and a 1. So 2 damage. We're going to put that onto this Sylvan Tracker. We deal out shadow cards. We're going to use Haldir's ability to snipe this Belful Shade. Now we're going to block with Varagon. Defending player discards the top card of his deck. Attacking enemy gets plus X, where X is discarded card's printed cost, 0. So we take 1 damage. 1 damage goes on to protect the innocent. Now we're going to go to the end of the round. We each have to discard a card. Gandalf and Gandalf. Defender of Ramus. I'm going to put a bow onto Haldir of Lorien, and we have to discard this dagger. Now he's got 4 when attacking. Player cost engaged. An enemy not engaged. Spend 3. I'll put down a East Road Ranger. Spend 1 to pull back a Elven Light. Draw a card. Test the will. Discard an Elven Light to put 1 resource onto Arwen. Spend 1 resource and draw it back to my hand. Draw a card. There we go, the Gondorian Shield. I'm going to put that onto Varagon. Now we got 6 defense. Over to the Sylvan deck. We're going to put Gandalf into play. And reduce our threat by 5. Now we're going to put a NACE guide into play. We're going to say that Haldir doesn't exhaust a quest. And there's 4, 5, 6. So I triggered her ability twice. I have to discard 2 cards. 1, 2, 3 cards. And this we have to discard 1, 2 cards. And there is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in the staging area. And we're going to quest for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And we're going against a main quest. Terror of the North. Each player discards the top 3 cards of their deck. Enemy, look, ally, 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 and attachment, event, and the attachment. So that's plus 6. Shade. We're going to play a test the will, cancel that effect, and we have to discard a card. And right now, before we do anything else, I'm going to spend 1, play a Will of the West, and shuffle my discard pile into my deck. I have 2 cards left. So we added 1, 7 to the staging area. So that's 17. So we quest successfully by 13. 4 goes here, and 9 go here, and we go to the next stage. (2A). When revealed, add Lorendir to the staging area, then reveal 1 encounter card per player. And when he enters play, we have to randomly select one of these burdens and attach it to him. Lorendir's Majesty. Attach to Lorendir, even if he is out of play, otherwise remove this from the game. After a sorcery treachery is revealed, move Lorendir Majesty to a hero with the most non-objective attachments counts as a sorcery attachment with the text, attached hero gets -2 attack and can't commit to the quest. Now we have to reveal 1 card per player. Broken Battlements. And a 4-knot square. We're going to travel to the Broken Battlements. We each have to discard a card. Sneak Attack and Elrond's Console. After Thurindir attacks and destroys a character, that character's controller must either discard the top 3 cards of his deck or return Thurindir to the staging area. If a player has no cards in his deck, he is eliminated from the game. Players can't defeat this stage while Thurindir has any hit points remaining. If the players defeat this stage, they win the game. Now the engagement phase. We're going to have Thurindir engage here. And the Cursed Dead is going to come here. Deal out shadow cards. We're going to block with the Defender of Promise. No shadow, no damage. We're going to block with Paragon. No shadow, no damage. Attacking for 5. We're going to ready up Paragon with Limbus. Heals up and block Thurindir. No shadow, no damage. Now we're going to attack. We can attack for 4, 5, or 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and deal 11 damage to the Thurindir. Now we're going to go to the end of the round. We have this time, we move 1 time counter. We don't have to discard cards anymore. The handoff goes away. Mirkwood Runner. We're going to put in a Mirkwood runner for 2. And put another Mirkwood runner in for 3. And he heals up. Go over to the Haldir deck. Unexpected Courage. I'm going to discard a Elven Light to give Arwen a resource. Now we're going to spend one with a Dwarven Tomb. And we're going to bring back Test of Will. We're going to spend 5, put in Gandalf, and deal 4 damage to Thurindir. Now we're going to go towards Protect the Innocent. There is 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 in the staging area. And we're going to quest for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 28. Doom 2. Each player discards each ally he controls that has the same title as an ally in his discard pile. We have a Gandalf, Heirloom Miner. So that would lose 6. We would go down to 22. We're going to play a Test of Will. Cancel that effect. Dead Lord. Now we still have this to deal with though. He heals 3 damage. And this would be the Shadow card. And we're going to block with Varagond. Attacking enemy gets +1. If this attack destroys doesn't, but we deal 1 damage, and we put 1 damage on to protect the innocent. And we got a Norbury Tombs. While it's the active, only does stuff while it's the active location. So we added 2. Up to 13, and we have 28, so quest successfully by 15. That clears the active location and puts 9 here, so clearing out the damage. Now we go to the combat phase. We're going to use Haldir's ability to snipe this Thurndir's Damned. Then we're going to play a Feigned Voices and return a Sylvan ally to our hand. To prevent Thurndir from attacking. And we're going to block this one with a Defender of Ramus. Defending player discards the top 3 cards of his deck. Attacking enemy gets +1 attack for each different card type discarded this way. So we got an attachment, an event, and an attachment. So +2. So he's attacking for 5. So that destroys that Defender of Ramus and puts 1 damage here. Now attacking, we're going to attack for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and deal 7 damage to Thurndir. Now we go to the end of the round. The end off goes away. Before that, we're going to have this deck draw a card and reduce their threat by 1. The end off. Discard Elven Light to give Arwen a resource. We're going to put an Unexpected Courage onto Varagond. Go over to the Sylvan deck. Nenya. Put out Nenya. We're going to use Elrond's ability with Vilya. Will of the West. I'm going to shuffle this back into here. Now we're going to put in a Greenwood Archer 1 and ready up Elrond. We're also going to put in a Miner. And we're going to go towards Protect the Innocent. 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And we're going to quest for 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. And the first card is a Cursed Dead. And we have 1 in the discard pile. Next card, Zerendir's Damned. So we added 3, 4, 5, bringing us up to 18. So that clears off the damage here. Now we engage here. We're going to engage him and discard top 2 cards of our deck. We have to deal out 1 damage. Yes. I'm going to put that onto Haldir. And optionally engage this over here, and this comes down over here. I'm going to have this deck draw a card and reduce the threat by 1. Dwarven Tomb. And we have to put a resource here because we discarded a card. We're going to block this Zerendir's Damned with Baragon. No shadow, no damage. I'm going to block it. The Defender of Ramus. No shadow, no damage. We're going to block with Paragon. Exhaust the character you control. This will exhaust Haldir. Now we're going to play a feint on the Therindir. And this is going to be blocked with the Defender of the Nace. Defending player discards the top 3 cards of his deck. Attacking enemy gets +1 for each different card type. Event, so it's +2, so he's attacking for 5, and that destroys the Defender of the Nace. Puts 1 here. And this should have gone over to one with the most attachments. That would be Elrond. So we're going to attack. He's going to attack first. He's attacking 3 and can destroy this one. And this is going to attack and destroy this one. And then this one's going to attack and deal 2 damage to the Therindir. Go to the next round. Sneak attack. Go over to the Haldir deck. Test the will. This heals. Spend a resource. Bring a Elven Light back. Draw a card. Now we're going to go questing phase. There is 1, 2, 6, 12, 13, 14 in the staging area. And we're going to go towards Protect the Innocent. Can't quest. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Heavy Curse. Surge. Attached to the current quest. Counts as a condition attachment with the text. When a player plays a card, increase its cost by 1. If there is a card of that type with the same title in a player's discard pile. So this is making immediate attack. We're going to block with Baragon. Actually, we're going to block we'll block with Baragon. Exhaust the character you control. We can exhaust Elrond. All exhaust is minor. And he heals 3. And that surges. Doom 2. Each player discards each ally controls that has the same title in its discard pile. We have none over here with the same title. And we have no characters over here with the same title. So that is the sorcery. So he makes an attack. We're going to block with one of these Mirkwood Runners. So exhaust the character you control. We'll exhaust the other Mirkwood Runner. And this guy's so that's destroyed. Heals up 3 here and puts 1 here. And then each undead enemy gets +1 attack and will threaten defense until the end of the round. Okay, so we added no threat and we quested successfully by 8. So that clears the damage here. Now we're going to attack. We're going to block with Celeborn. Each player discards the top card of his deck. We're going to, let's see, oh, we can't block with him because he would get destroyed. I have to block with the Gondorian Shield, with the Baragon. And we take 2 damage. No shadow. That puts 1 here. Now we're going to block. Heal this up with the self-preservation. Block with the Defender of Ramus. This is destroyed. And this, we're going to take it undefended. 3 damage. Put that on the Baragon, and we put 1 here. Now we can attack back for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and destroy Therndir's Damned. And it's going to attack for 2 and deal 1 damage here. Go to the end of the round. Duran's Ruins. Draw 2 cards. Discard a card. Heal up damage. I'll spend 3. Put a 4th snare onto this Cursed Dead. And 2, and put a... Do I have any in our discard pile? Yes, so we can't put that into play. Go over to the Haldir. Then go over to the Sylvan deck. Faramir. We have no Faramir in our discard pile, so we're going to put 1 into play. Now we're going to go to the questing again, and we're going to go against Protect the Innocent. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And we're going to quest for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Shadow World. At the end of the refresh phase, each player discards the top X cards of his deck, where X is the number of undead enemies engaged with him. And that readies up Aerion, and we get 1 more. That Surges, Belfast Shade, and a Haunted Keep. So we added 3, 4, 5. That clears off damage on Protect the Innocent. Now we're going to optionally engage the Belfast Shade here. We're going to use Galadriel's ability, Exhaust, draw a card. Galadriel Minstrel. Now we're going to play a Sneak Attack. Oh, we don't have any purple resources. This guy can't attack, but he's still there. We're going to use Haldir's ability to snipe this guy. And we're going to block with Baragon. No shadow, no damage. Now we're going to attack for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and deal 7 damage to him. 3, 6, 7. We go to the end of the round. And we have to discard 1 card here and 1 card here. And this gets 1. Villia. We're going to put the Galadriel Minstrel into play for 1. And we get to look at the top 5 cards for an event. Feigned Voices. Now we're going to go over to the Haldir deck, draw a card, Self-Preservation. We're going to put Gandalf into play. And lower our threat by 5. Now we're going to quest. In the questing phase, we're going to play Feigned Voices and return this to our hand. And we're going to choose Thurindir. He cannot attack this phase. So there's 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 in the staging area. We're going to go towards the main quest. And we're going to quest for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We're going to quest with, and then we're going to quest with these 2. And 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 30. And then exhaust Faramir to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Make 39, and exhaust the Galadriel to add 5 more to make it 44. And we got some tombs and sorcery. Attach it to the current quest. He can't attack, but he does deal 3 damage. And Doom 2. And each player discards each ally he controls. We're going to play a Test of Will and cancel that effect. So we quested successfully by added 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Quest successfully by 24. So that puts 24 progress onto the main quest. And there's a win. I might have dawdled along trying to keep my damage I'll protect the innocent, but I know it says to record damage on it, so I figure it's better when it's no damage. So there's no damage on protect the innocent. Resolution. Note the amount of damage on protect the innocent in the campaign log, replacing the previous number. Add ravaged to the campaign pool in its place, found on the opposite side of protect the innocent. The players as a group must select either Aurion's pendant or Amarthiel's courage to add to the campaign pool. Any player may add Aurion's pendant to its deck if it's chosen. So, Arnor Revenged, Doom, Setup, add Arnor Revenge to the staging area with damage on it equal to the amount of damage marked on it in the campaign log, so 0 damage. After an attack damages a character but does not destroy it, move 1 damage from Arnor Revenge to that character, so we don't have to worry about that. And now we can choose between one of these. I'm going to choose Aurion's pendant and add that to the campaign pool. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. And I will see you in the Waste of Eriador.